All right. What's going on?
Hey, all right. Good to see you. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, definitely. So how did everything go from last time with the chipping?
Really good. So it was funny in that the way I process things is a little different. So when you're there, the way you explained everything was excellent. But I need a minute to kind of let it sink in and kind of just get the feel for it. So, and you know, maybe this is something that might be good for all teaching pros, is that, at least for me, once I had 2 or 3 minutes to kind of just chill and take it in, I practiced for 10 minutes after, and I did pretty much exactly as you asked me, whereas I had mixed results when we did it together, and I sort of felt like, I just felt that a little bit of that anxiety that I think any golfer gets. But then you gave me a chance to process it, and I was like, okay, I totally know what he means and what he wants me to accomplish, and I just went in and did it. And so that was great. So now I feel like I've added something to my arsenal. So good. That was a big help.
Good. Perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for, right?
Perfect. Yeah, it was really good.
Okay.
Oh, yes, so I was working on hitting some shots yesterday on the range. I was all by myself, so I said, I pretended there's a tree 10 yards in front of me. I had to go right around it and left around it. So when I was setting up for a big cut shot, so let's say I got a 6-iron in my hand. When I'm setting up for a big cut shot, I was, you know, opening my stance a little bit here and then swinging on this line and trying to get the ball to this.
Yeah.
I hit the ball, I hit probably 8 of my best iron shots. They had a tiny little cut, but I was playing a 20-yard cut, and the ball was cutting about 3 or 4 yards, like we were, you know. But what I was finding was, I was swinging more like I would with my driver, and I don't want to use that the wrong way, but like with my driver or fairway woods, I swing freely. So I turn and I get through the ball. I don't try and stop the shot at the spot.
I think probably what you're seeing is you're not afraid of that golf ball going left.
Yeah.
Because okay, I'm set up for this cut.
Yeah.
I'm coming not across the top, but down my line.
Yeah.
And I'm holding that face up.
Yeah.
So I know there's no way in hell that ball is going left.
So you're swinging more freely.
So you're trusting it. And you go, I know this thing's going to move right.
I can just let it go.
Exactly.
So whatever that 6-iron goes, it's going to go.
Exactly, but it's going to go right.
Yeah.
It's not going left.
Yeah, it's going straight or right.
Exactly.
And so if I'm playing for a left edge of a green, I know I'm going to be at least at the left edge, or I'm going to be, if not closer.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I push. So what effect is that going to have on the ball, if any? So it's actually been a good piece of information, not one that I get too deep with thinking about it. It's just like, well, this is just.
But it's something nice to have, and as you
nice
approach the process.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, good.
So
okay, so just kind of recap for me a little bit about your thoughts on course management, what you picked up. If you've got any questions for me, fire them back at me.
Okay. So first of all, big help. This has been great. So I would say for me, I got one major thing out of it, which is when I'm on the range, I'm typically going into this, my point was to loosen up and have a look at my ball flight for the day. You've told me, and rightfully so, to be actually hitting shots that I would hit out in the golf course. If I'm playing the South Course that day, pick a few shots and with that club that you would actually hit and play those shots. Now you're actually playing somewhat competitive shots while you're warming up. Because I have a tendency to start slow, that's a way to get me into my golf game. The second thing that was a big thing that you helped me with was that I tend to, when I get out to the first tee, I've gone from hitting shots or hitting just loosening my body up to going, and then it's competitive, and I'm a very competitive guy, and I haven't prepared myself for that, which is another reason why maybe I start slowly. So getting myself into that competitive moment before I get out onto the golf course. So I think that those are probably the two biggest things from range to course. But then when we're out on the course, I think that bring a heightened awareness to my short game iron play. So I think I'm pretty, subconsciously, I'm actually pretty focused and detailed on my course management from the tee box, less so once I get out in the fairway. So you hit it 270 down the middle, you go, okay, I'm good. Now I just got to put it on the green, as opposed to going through that exact same process to get you close to the hole. So I think that's been super helpful.
And I definitely think if you can get that aspect in it, where every shot counts the same no matter what. The tee shot counts as much as that 3-foot par putt that you just made. They're all the same. So if you can get yourself to be fully invested in each shot in your golf round, because there's always going to be that occasional lazy shot that you afterwards you're like, I can't believe I just did that. You know, it's just focus. So if you can get yourself into a routine where, okay, like we talked about, I stand behind the ball, I visualize the shot, I get in there, a couple deep breaths, I do my little club tap to get myself loosened up. Now I know my target, I know what kind of shot shape I'm going to swing, and now I go. If you can get yourself into that routine every single time, which you do a good job of, but more the mental behind the scenes aspect of it, I think it's really going to narrow your target and narrow your mind down onto, okay, this is the only shot that matters. What happened before doesn't matter. What happens in the future doesn't matter right now. I'm focused on this shot and this shot only.